Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Hope your weekend was fantastic. Hope you all had a great time to spend with family and the like. And maybe enjoyed a nice Sunday after baseball series wrapped up Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But NBA playoffs in full swing, so a lot going on right now, and hope you enjoyed it all. No AFR for me today. We're heading to New Orleans here in a few for my Grammy's funeral. So Musso will be filling in today on AFR, and we'll do a little short show here this morning. But let me know if y'all got anything in mind that's popping coming out of the weekend, questions, comments, etc. We'll say some good mornings. Kind of move quickly here because we got, again, I got to wrap up. Drew's going to school, so Mimi's coming to pick up Drew to take him to school, and Eric and I are headed to New Orleans for the funeral. So LSU baseball's got a busy week. They got ULL on Tuesday. So Cajuns will come to Baton Rouge for a game tomorrow, and then the Tigers hit the road for a 3-game series at Ole Miss. Ole Miss just continues to be absolutely atrocious. It is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series. Finally, LSU gets back to a regular Friday, Saturday, Sunday series schedule, but my apologies, there we go. And they'll play an Ole Miss team, which is just terrible. Ole Miss lost the series this weekend to Mississippi State. They are 3-12 in the league. They have the worst record in conference. The defending national champion is the worst team in the league. And it's interesting because, and we don't need to get too deep into previewing Ole Miss just yet, but last year Mike Bianco was going to get fired, and they ended up being the last at-large team in the field, and because they finished strong, they ended up being the last at-large team in the field, and of course went undefeated through regional, super regional in Omaha, and won the national championship. And Bianco saved his job, but the issues within that program that were going to lead to him getting fired still persist. It's not a championship hangover. They're not very good. So, like we talked about with LSU, the good news is, your next 5 opponents are in the second half of schedule with Ole Miss, Auburn, Mississippi State, Bama, Georgia. I mean, Georgia's last in the East at 4-11. Ole Miss, Bama, State, Auburn, Ole Miss are the bottom of the West because you've got Arkansas, LSU, A&M, then Bama 6-9, State's 5-10, Auburn's 5-10, Ole Miss is 3-12. You don't play anybody with a winning record in conference the rest of the way. So you went through the grind. You came through it at 9-5 in the league. You certainly would have loved to have played that final game against South Carolina, because if you were, you'd probably be 10-5, and you'd be just a game behind Arkansas with a series win over Arkansas with 15 very winnable games ahead. So anyway, let's say some good morning, see what y'all got here. Jeff McKithen, good morning. Kelly Gross, Brant Roban, morning. Scone, crazy how if we started the SEC tournament today, LSU would be a 6 seed. Hopefully the next half of the season we climb up with everyone else having tougher competition. Yeah, that's a huge part of it, Brant, but I'll remind you, look at RPI, you look at strength of schedule, and look at the polls. You can't overlook the fact that who LSU has played. Here's your RPI in the country right now. Kentucky played them. 2 is South Carolina, played them. 3 is LSU. 4 Wake Forest. 5 is Arkansas, played them. Virginia, Vandy, NC State, Coastal Carolina, East Carolina. Florida, Miami, Stanford, let's see. Tennessee's 23. And A&M is the one I'm missing. A&M is 45. So the lowest RPI team you've played so far in conference is A&M at 45, and you played 3 teams in the top 5. Kentucky and South Carolina 1-2, Arkansas is 5. So you've played weekend series against 3 of the top 5 teams in the RPI, and you're the 3rd highest ranked team in the RPI. I mean, who you play matters, for sure. Charlie Gale, Darren Reeves, good morning. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Bubba Smith, good morning. Neil Weaver, good morning. Oh, nice. Matthew Garner. Got lucky, scored a Parker Heritage double barrel. Can't wait to open it for my 30th next month. That's great, dude. Where did you get it? I mean, I'm surprised any of those are floating around right now. I mean, hunting season for whiskey is over, but I told you that Parker Heritage is that was the best bottle I scored this year, and it's on my top shelf, and I would say it's, if I were like ranking my favorite all-time bottles, I mean, that's in the top 5. It's fantastic. Nick Newbill, good morning. Blaine Griffin, Cajun Country, good morning. Do you think Jared Jones will have a bullseye on his back with some umpires? I love the emotion. No, I don't think so, because honestly, man, I don't think that that's been persistent. It was it was the 1A, for those that missed it, in Game 3, Jones, the second homer he hit, he threw his bat and he yelled a few expletives. There were some F's and some P's, if you know what I mean, at the pitcher. And the umpire gave him a warning, and then the next time at the plate, they changed pitchers when he came up to the plate, and during the pitching change, you could see Jones and the umpire talking to each other. So I don't think so, man. Really, I just don't think that that's been a problem throughout the course of the season to where you would have warranted that type of attention. So, but he has been great, man. Jared Jones, he has cut down on the strikeouts. He has become a very good hitter. I mean, even Game 2 in that rally, remember, he dumped a single into left, which was just a little flare. It's like where the ball, he just took what they gave him and just dumped one into left field. I mean, he's become a very good all-around hitter, not just a power guy. Tim Gotro, Joey Metke, good morning. Bubba Tatum, good morning. Bailey C. You mentioned yesterday we were 49 or 50th in EV infrastructure. Why are we last in everything? Well, part of the reason for that, Bailey C, is we also have the fewest number of electric vehicle drivers also. So if you don't, the states that have the largest infrastructure are the states that have the most electric vehicles on the road also. So that's part of it. But I understand your point. The reason we're last in everything is because largely we have elected politicians who don't necessarily have the best objectives in mind for the state, but only objectives of how they can keep getting elected. And so they essentially enact policies to support their donors and waste taxpayer money and whatever. It's about 2 centuries. It's about 2 centuries worth of corruption, Bailey. That's where it kind of boils down to. Spurge, what's up? Weston Weaver, good morning. Troy Hebert, with all the walks, is there a reason to think maybe the pitching coach isn't as good as Jay made him out to be? Also, sorry for your loss, Matt. Well, thank you for the condolences. No, I mean, listen, here's the thing. Wes Johnson was the pitching coach at Arkansas, and they were dominant there. He was so good that he went straight from college to Major League Baseball to be the pitching coach of the Minnesota Twins. That doesn't happen if you're not a good coach. He's a guy with a family that I don't think loved the grind of 162 games and being on the road 80 days a year and all that sort of stuff. So college was more suitable for his lifestyle, which is fine. There's some coaches that prefer to coach in the college game. So, no, I don't think that at all, Troy. I think the bigger problem is you've had some unfortunate injuries to guys you were going to count on, you know. Wendell Norman, good morning. Larry Garner, Eric Bertrand, good morning. A couple more minutes here, y'all. I'm going to go wake up Drew. Got to get him ready for school. Reed Rule, morning, Scone. Best guess on who we start tomorrow versus little brother. So you started Christian Little the last couple of weeks in the midweek. That's obviously not going to happen. He pitched game 3 for you on Saturday, and I would assume he'll be in line to start game 3 against Ole Miss. I would probably tell you I think Thatcher Hurd would be the guy that they'd like to get back out there. And it's kind of where he started the season in that midweek role. So, that would be my guess if I had to guess. Ronnie Duga, good morning. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Y'all smash that like button if you would there on YouTube, Facebook. Please like the page, share the post. Let's see. Rick Manuel, good morning. Can't wait to see the pieces LSU has from the transfer portal. What have you heard? Are you talking about football? Nothing yet. I mean, they're still going through spring practice, so they'll keep an eye on who jumps into the portal. But remember, this 2-week period with the portal open is just for players to enter their name into the portal, not necessarily, like you can sign out of the portal at any time, but you only have the portal windows to enter the portal. Oh, cool. Very good, Matthew. Local liquor store owner finally hooked you up. Very good. Ryan DeLon on the lighter part of the schedule. Onto the lighter part of the schedule, excuse me. Get some guys healthy. Hope to sweep a series or two. Make your run to Omaha. Let's see, Brant. Guess the hope is with lighter competition, our pitching staff can heal, gain confidence, pay huge dividends for postseason. Wow, Craig Dugas scored one at MSRP back in February, sitting on the shelf at a local grocery store. Was shocked to see it. Sometimes tell people that all the time, man. Like, I mean, I know you know this, Craig, but you want to find rare bottles, go where no one else would look. Because if you go where everybody else looks, nothing's going to just be sitting on a shelf. Michael Thacker, schedule lightens up. Do you think we can get the 22 to 23 conference wins? Can LSU and will LSU get to 22 to 23 conference wins are very different stories. Can they? Sure. I mean, they're capable of, just if you look at where you are right now with 9 conference wins, to get to 22, you would need to go 13-2 over your next 15. I mean, you'd have to sweep 3 series and go 2-1 in 2 of them. Is that possible? Sure it's possible. I wouldn't bet on that though. I mean, with the pitching issues LSU has, with the rotation, there's going to be a game or games that just where you get nipped. So no, I wouldn't. I would say 20 wins should probably be your target. See if you can go 20-9. Michael Arthur, errors and misplayed fly balls away from a sweep. That's one way to look at it, Michael. The other part is you were an 8th inning rally away from losing the home series. Baseball's a funny game like that. Rhoda Yule said, sounds like Hunter Elliott will be back this weekend. No way Bianco lets his first rehab assignment be this LSU lineup. Are you sure about that? Because my understanding Like, did Bianco talk about that? I'm curious. If you have a link or anything, please send. Because my understanding early in the season was they were not confident about getting him back at all this year. So if they are going to get him back, that's interesting. And that does sort of change the dynamic if he pitches against LSU. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I got to go. Dale Broussard, good morning. Okay. Pat Huseman, good morning. Look at that. Pat Houston said, good morning. Worked for 2 bands audio engineering yesterday at Strawberry Festival. Crystal Poche recognized me in front of the house tent, took her 2 fingers, dug into my shoulder. She's a godsend. I love it. That's so good, Pat. Y'all go, stop telling you, if you got pain, go see Crystal Poche. She's just, she will take you out of that pain in a way that you didn't know was possible. Okay, I gotta go. Y'all have an awesome day. Muso is in for AFR today, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.